the Daily Wire has this, speaking of important knowledge and information, I think this is a very important story. Zoogoers in China became upset after discovering that an advertised panda exhibit actually just contained dogs that were painted white and black. It happened at the Taizhou Zoo in Jiangsu province on May 1st, when people went to see what was advertised as a new exhibit of pandas and instead saw painted chow chow dogs. Photos and videos of the fake pandas have since gone viral. We, of course, have some video of these alleged pandas. Let's watch. I mean, close enough. Like, close enough. I don't really see the problem here. I guess the zoo patrons were complaining about it because they saw this. They're like, those are clearly dogs. Those are obviously not pandas. But I don't know what the issue is. Like, the two most useless kinds of animals are small dogs and pandas. There's no reason why either type of animal should exist. Every time I see someone walking a tiny dog like that, I think, why does that exist? I want to stop them and ask them, why does that thing exist? Oh, it's a cute dog. What's its name? What type of dog is it? Oh, okay. Why does it exist? Why do you own it? And why is it here on the planet is my question. Without that kind of dog there, without people keeping it as a pet, there is no way that it would exist. What would it do in the wild? It would be screwed. And we obviously know that pandas wouldn't exist without human intervention. So I don't know. What's the difference between the two? I think they're kind of interchangeable. At worst, this is a Coke Pepsi kind of thing. And it's like when you go to a restaurant and you say, can I get a Diet Coke? And they bring you out a Diet Pepsi. And, it may be a little disappointing, but it's basically the same thing. There are some people who make a big show of, I don't drink Pepsi, I only drink Coke. Like, come on, you can't. It's the same thing. You really can't. You can't really tell the difference. You claim that you can, but you actually can't. Nobody can. No one can. Sorry, you can't. It's been proven by science. And so same deal here. In fact, if I went to that zoo, I would probably prefer that exhibit. At least there was some effort put into it, some thought put into it. You get to see creatively spray-painted dogs. That's a whole other thing. That could be a whole other exhibit all to its own, really. And of course, like, why do you want to see pandas in the first place? I'm not going to get into my whole panda rant. You know how I feel about pandas. I will say that a panda exhibit is pointless. They don't do anything. They just sit there. They're completely useless. They're incompetent, useless animals. And so you go and you sit there, see them sitting there eating bamboo or whatever. Why? But I really wanted to read this part. This is the only thing about the story that is arguably important, is this part. It says, zoo officials reportedly dyed the faces of the dogs black and trimmed their hair to make them look like the popular bamboo-eating bears. They then put the fake pandas in the exhibit every day from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., drawing in people to come and see these little bears, per the sanctuary staffers. When zoo officials were asked why they had tricked people into thinking the dogs were pandas, one zoo rep replied, quote, "There are no panda bears at the zoo, and we wanted to do this as a result." So you can't argue with that logic. Like, hey, why did you trick people into thinking these are pandas? Well, because we didn't have pandas and we wanted to make money off of a panda exhibit? What are you confused about? You have money. We want your money. We know you're dumb enough to spend your money on a panda. We don't have a panda, and so we spray painted a dog. Like, that's why. That's the whole reason. What's the problem? You can appreciate a straightforward answer. It's like, why did you steal money out of my wallet? Well, because I didn't have money and you did. And I wanted the money that is in your pocket to be in mine, and so I stole it. That's why. It is why. Can't argue with the logic. Thanks for checking out this video. If you'd like to listen to my full podcast on the go, you can check out The Matt Walsh Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.